Hello, friends. Today we're going to talk about one of history's most famous figures, Napoleon Bonaparte. But pay attention, much of what you think you know is false. Today, I will reveal 10 surprising facts that history books don't tell you and schools don't teach. Are you ready? Let's begin. Fact 1. He wasn't short. We all know the saying, Napoleon was very short. But this is one of the biggest lies in history. According to research, his height was between 1.68 to 1.70 meters. At that time, the average Frenchman's height was 1.65 meters. This legend was spread by British caricaturists. A mistranslation caused by the difference between British inches and French inches changed the course of history. Fact 2. He was afraid of rabbits. In 1807, Napoleon organized a rabbit hunt for his army. But instead of running away, hundreds of rabbits released for the hunt turned and charged directly at him. No amount of shouting or shooting could stop them. Napoleon, the general who conquered Europe, was forced to flee to his carriage. Fact 3. He was afraid of cats too. It didn't end with rabbits. Historians write that Napoleon suffered from ailurophobia, the fear of cats. The man who conquered half of Europe would tremble if he encountered a cat. Fact 4. His laws are still used today. The Napoleonic Code is a collection of laws created in 1804. This code was used not only in France, but across Europe, Latin America, Quebec, and Louisiana. Even today, more than 40 countries use the foundations of these laws. He wasn't just a general, he was a genius lawmaker. Fact 5. He sold half of the USA. In 1803, Napoleon sold the Louisiana Territory, which makes up 23% of the current territory of the USA, to the United States for just $15 million. In today's money, that is approximately $400 billion. Essentially, Napoleon changed the map of the USA with a single signature. Fact 6. He wrote 300 letters to Josephine. While on the front lines of war, Napoleon wrote over 300 letters to Josephine. Some letters were very long, spanning several pages. But the most interesting part is that Josephine rarely replied to his letters. In one letter, Napoleon wrote, "I am coming home, don't wash." He was exhausted from waiting for a response. Love turned the great general back into a simple man. Fact 7. There were 2 attempts to assassinate him. The first time was in 1800. As Napoleon's carriage passed through the streets of Paris, an explosion occurred. A bomb called the Infernal Machine injured 52 people. But Napoleon survived because his carriage had passed a few seconds earlier. The second time was in 1809. A young student named Friedrich Staps tried to kill him with a knife. Napoleon was ready to forgive him, but the young man refused. Fact 8. His portraits are lies. In all his paintings, Napoleon looks brave, calm, and as cold as ice. In reality, he was extremely emotional. He often cried in front of both friends and enemies. Painters hid the truth to make him appear strong. Fact 9. A toothache defeated Waterloo. Napoleon's last major battle was Waterloo, but on that day he suffered greatly from hemorrhoids and a severe toothache. The pain was so intense that he made strategic errors. Some historians say, if Napoleon had been healthy that day, he would have won the battle. Fact 10. His death is a mystery. Napoleon died in 1821 on the island of St. Helena. The official cause was stomach cancer. However, scientists later took samples of his hair. The arsenic levels were 13 times higher than normal. Was he poisoned? Who did it? The British or someone close to him? History still hasn't provided a definitive answer. His final words were, France, Army, Josephine.